gentlemen, how are you? This is Chatty Patty, aka Madam Straw Hat, aka the Celestial Dragon, and you are now tuned in to the Black Ramen Podcast. I got some exceptionally amazing people with me.
Hello. This is Sleepy Bree, aka Tea Sippin' Bree. Nice to hear y'all, listen to y'all, have y'all listen to us.
What's up, people? This is Derby, aka Sexual Chocolate. I have no extra anything right now. I'm drinking. Got a new pin board. It's not full, and it makes me sad.
I mean, not yet. Wait, that's all the pins you got? That's not true.
No,
That's okay. You just didn't put them all up yet.
the pin board is
Okay,
no.
got you.
They're like split into like various places. So I have like a hanger in my closet that has some pins in there. There's like two of the older pin boards. Those are still full, but we kind of want to keep using them. So decisions are being made. But this giant hole in my new pin board makes me sad. That's all.
I feel you. That's rich nigga problems right there. I have them.
Wish
I just didn't put it.
I wish I was a rich. What? I'd be moving so different.
But speaking of pins, I just want to do a shout out to Bree and Derby. Look what they got me, guys. This is so pretty. See how pretty this is? Oh,
I even forgot which one I got you. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, that's nice." Oh, right.
Oh, I want it.
you see that? That's great. Thank you for my One Piece pin.
No,
My son saw it, was like, it's a ship. I said, yep, it's mommy's ship. It's my ship. All right, Captain. All right. So, we are so into books right now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we always been, but you just caught us talking about Foundation, the series. And now, with Book Talk being the way it is, I just came across a video that I wanted to ask Derby and Bree a question about, and to our audience. There was a gentleman who said that if you are reading a series, it is necessary for your first book, if it's like a 5 or 6 book series, it's necessary for your first book to be that slow burn. You must anticipate that book to be a slow burn. Do you guys agree?
no. Art is subjective. We always say that, and I don't need it to be a slow burn. It's always just going to depend on the writer and the kind of story they're trying to tell. Like maybe like a murder mystery might need to be a slow burn. Is the one thing I can think of that might always need that. Where it's like, yo, you're just slowly getting to the point where it's like, oh, that's who done it, right? Especially if you're gonna make it like a 3-5 book series or something like that. Then yeah, I may not want to know who done it like right away. You know, we're getting to it, but I'm not picking that book up on like first release. I'm waiting till that's done. But other books have just been like, yeah, every book is a hit. Every book is like, oh, this is amazing. Like it gets to the point, and then it tapers off for a bit until the next book, right? And it might be building to a massive overarching plot, but it's not slow.
I feel like that's a bit of a silly statement. Well, I have to divide that into two ideas. One, from the reader's perspective, you must be willing to endure a slow burn in order to get to the later books, which would be great. Or are you saying from a writing perspective, if you are writing, don't bother to do anything else in your first book except setup? Either way, I think that's dumb. One book that is entirely just slow burn, as in it doesn't get to the main plot, the main action until books later, that just feels like kind of bad writing in a way. Like a book and a book series is not the same as an anime and an anime series. We always say give it 2 or 3 episodes, let it cook, and then decide if you like it. Sure. But a book is not something that'll take like maybe an hour to get through. That's going to be a few hundred pages of investment. If it's all just slow burn, as in like not actually kicking off until 2nd, 3rd, 4th book in the series, that feels silly. That's so much time and energy investment, both from the writer and from the readers.
And money investment.
And heck,
You
from the
bought 3
publishers.
books.
Yeah, I am shocked you can go that deep into a series, like a full book, 200-300 pages, and say, but it hasn't really started yet. I think there's a difference between that and other series where you say like, oh, it really takes off here. But if the first book is intentionally just slow, I don't think that makes sense. And I also want to get into the idea, when we're talking about slow burn, are we talking about slow burn or are we talking about setup? Because there is a difference between the two. When I think of slow burn, I think this is intentionally slowly paced. It slowly builds as you get there and it sinks into your heart. When comparing it to anime, I know we're talking about books, but if you think in an anime analogy, I think something like Kimi ni Todoke, one of my favorite, sweetest shoujo romances ever. And how slow it is, how it slowly builds so you get connected to the characters, you start letting them into your heart. And how that is a slow burn, but it doesn't feel like it's just set up waiting for something to happen. It's not putting the dominoes in place and waiting for them to fall. The experience is the slow experience. The author wants you to sit in this peaceful time and enjoy the vibes. I think that is very different, and that's totally fine for a book one to be these slow building vibes. But I do not think it's acceptable to have an entire book that is just set up, where it's saying like, no. I know you paid $20 for this book. I know you spent 3, 4, 5 hours, days, weeks reading this 300-page book. And it's important to know, but it's not fun to read until you get later. I think that's messy. So I don't know. Do you guys differentiate between a slow burn and a setup?
Wait, before we get into that, as a person that read we've read Harry Potter. That's
read Harry Potter.
Read Harry Potter. I read Game of Thrones. That's a 5-book series. And the other one, so that's 7. Actually, the last one that he put for 7 Kingdoms. I read that one. So when I read Harry Potter, and I read, not Harry, because Harry took off as soon as he went to school, and we found out he was on that magic shit. It was like, all right, cool. This nigga got some shit. Now, when it came to Game of Thrones, I dropped Game of Thrones 3 times. 3 times before I picked it back up again. But that's more because of the language. Because I was not able to grasp it because of the way they talk the olden time. Nah, they didn't use niggardly. If they did, they would have definitely lost me as a consumer. But nah, they didn't use niggardly. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about foundation. Crazy.
Like it's exactly one word in the whole book, and I'm just like, but why now?
We're not even safe in the future in space, bro. They still using the N-word. Like I don't even understand. I don't know. We'll talk about foundation later, ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't mean that, but why?
Still makes you want to scratch your head. Like, that sounds a little racist, sir. That sounds every bit racist. But anyway, I at this point, and also The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Millennium series, that's 7 books. It's for me, I'm kind of, when I'm going into a book knowing that the series is not a trilogy, but a little longer than a trilogy, I'm already setting up to embrace that this is what he has to build in front of me. This is the puzzle that she has to put in front of me. I'm waiting for the slow burn. And that's cool because I feel like that's an introduction on the writing style of the author, the introduction to the characters, the introduction to the world building. I am cool with that. I could say that is for me the setup.
A full book.
Right? It's like that for Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, the first book, it is the setup. The Game of Thrones, but it's a slow
is the
burn.
first book good as a standalone book? Would you say you enjoyed it? Would you say it by itself is an enjoyable read? Oh, that silence speaks a lot.
I don't know because the way it left me in a cliffhanger, I couldn't just be like, okay. I knew that I had book 2 waiting for me.
Right, but did you enjoy the journey before the cliffhanger? Because there's hundreds of pages before you get to that end and want more.
Thousands.
It is thousands of pages.
Yeah, thousands.
That was it a slog or did you actually enjoy it? Because it can end on a cliffhanger, but still be an amazing and fun journey. Like Harry Potter book 1 ends on a cliffhanger. Like, yo, I think that Dark Lord who killed your parents is still around.
Nah,
You
it was
survived this
just
time, but you might not survive later.
the
And
first
yet
book of Game of
still,
Thrones
that
was
first
okay.
book of Harry Potter, that first movie, is still a
Mm-mm.
fun, enjoyable time that stayed in all of our generation's hearts.
It was just okay. They had to build up the world. They basically let us know the seasons of winter, the different lands. We knew the laws and Baratheon, why he's king, why he came to get Ned, why Ned demanded that he had to be the hand. So we had to go through history that, hey, listen, ever since this been a thing, if you've been summoned by the king to be a hand, you can't say no. The lineage. So basically it was just info dumping, right? And we did get a couple of good like moments where we was like, oh my God, you really pushed that kid out the window? Oh my God, he's really a cripple. Like, oh my God, we got little people in here. So you got little bits of pieces. It's like, oh, this is interesting. Okay. But if it wasn't a series, like for that to be a standalone, because it couldn't be a standalone because they left so many things unanswered. It kind of pushed you to go to book 2 or 3 or 4. So there's no way I could judge it by it being a standalone because you had the second book to look forward to because it sets you up for the next books to come.
How does book 1 end? Because I only
And
watched the series.
It ended with Ned getting his head cut off.
Okay, so basically season 1.
Yeah, it was basically season 1. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm going based off the TV show, that did not feel like slow burn. That felt like setup, and it led to, that monster ending where it's like, oh, not the main character. Okay. So I don't
remember,
think the
we had to learn
whole book
about.
was a slow burn.
I mean, we had to learn about the wall. Why Jon Snow wanted to go to the wall. Why was his name Snow? How bastards are treated. I just felt it was a lot of.
It's definitely info dumping, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of info dumping. A lot of info dumping. But for it to be like a standalone, for me to like sit there and be like,
It didn't have a hook. It didn't get you. So I think at the very least, by the end of the first book, it has to be something that makes you feel invested and excited. You have to get more than just kernels and a promise that it'll pay off later.
because there was a lot of
Comparing
characters
it
I
to,
hated.
like, you can set up a lot, but you still have to give certain payoffs, certain explanations, certain things to get people more excited. Because I'm also thinking, again, compared to anime, I think season 1, Attack on Titan. That's a great season. And retroactively, we look back and say that was set up as hell. But I feel like while reading it, while experiencing it the first time, you should not feel that this is empty setup and might be good later. You should be able to enjoy it, period. Just like first time we watch Attack on Titan, it blew up just by that one season. You know, there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot to get to. It all comes together later. But that doesn't mean the first one is just set up. It doesn't mean it's just
you know
slow
what?
burn. You have
Also,
that
I
excitement.
think
Attack on Titan is very unique because you know what? The first season was just giants just using niggas in the wall like a charcuterie board. But I feel like the setup was season 3 for me.
like 2 or
That
3.
is a different question. I think
They
a
did it in the middle.
mid-season setup is absolutely okay. Like mid-series setup. If you say this book isn't great because it's setting up things, I think that's way better than the first book. The first book just being set up is weird. Midway through, that makes sense. I think of Skypiea arc in One Piece.
Yeah, I don't think it's so
How
much
much
weird.
groundwork is laid for that, but we are all willing to forgive it because that's midway through. You already have us, and now you're saying, with this, we gave you the deposit. We gave you this deposit, early stuff, got you invested. Now hold with me while I build out the world, and then I promise I'll be back to the good stuff.
No.
It's very different to say, I know this is page 1, book 1, chapter 1, but bear with me for these 1,000 pages, and I promise 2,000 pages and you'll get it. That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, and I think we're deviating from like the original question of them saying that it must be that way. And no.
Absolutely not.
Now, is it possible? Sure. I'm sure it's very possible to get a book that is a slow burn for 3 books straight, and then like book number 4 is just like, oh my God, it's so worth it. Possible. I haven't read that book, but it is possible. I'm sure.
I feel like when it's like more than a trilogy, I'm expecting it to be the first book of slow burn. But all right, so we can say that we read Mistborn, right? You guys No.
Still only halfway through.
So okay, see that's a problem. Because it's such a slow burn. I feel like that's why we're just because. But
No,
let's be
that's a
fair.
problem
Like,
different for my personal taste, I believe. As I've said, is the main character doesn't feel like the main character to me. I'm more I'm more entertained by a side character in the first book, and I would like to follow them. It is a thing I have with like sports anime, where anytime I see a sports anime, I've told Breeders, I've told many people this. If my main team that I'm following around is losing the whole time, I am annoyed because why am I watching them? I do not care about them. I want to watch that team that's winning, right? Like this is an anime. I don't want to watch a team just lose perpetually for like forever. And then like, oh well, maybe they'll get good down the line. Like, no. I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible.
okay, so the reason I feel like Mistborn, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I am putting spoilers if you decide to pick the book. So the reason I think that Mistborn is a slow burn is because with it being like a magic system set in place, I just learning about set metals that are being burned is more like info dumping instead of just having it just come out and explaining to it in such an enthusiastic way in the book. And it's just like, oh, so you just got to swallow this. And it's not the breakdown. I thought once I get further into the book and when they break down how Mistborns actually activate their powers, I was like, yeah, we in there. You know, like perfect example. You see Harry Potter, you don't choose your wand chooses you, right? That was amazing. This shit right here, like I just felt like with this being like the number one book that's talked about everywhere, I just was like, damn, I really expected. I feel like it's really a slow burn. Mind you, Mistborn is 7-book series. So like at this point, I'm kind of just like,
I am not forgiving an entire garbage book.
yeah, you just don't
And
read
you want me to
Garbage.
buy book 2 when I didn't
You
have
just don't
fun
read
in
it.
book 1?
There's people that just don't read it.
Just don't read it, but then it's necessary
Yeah.
because it's not filler, and that's my issue. Part of writing is you gotta make it good, I guess, in simple terms. You have to have some kind of payoff, some kind of arc, satisfaction, story within this discrete unit. If you're publishing it in units at a time, then each unit has to have its own arc, payoff, existence as a standalone. I think in book series. So having any, especially the very first one, being just like, you just got to slog through it, and you want me to think that's necessary?
That's what
No,
a lot
I
of
can
people
think
say
that's
about One
unfortunate.
Piece.
I can see people rationalizing saying like, yeah, it's not great, but it's worth it for it later. But that doesn't mean it's necessary, good, or the right way to do things to have the first in your series be a dud. Because to me, that's what it is. That is a dud.
It's a dud that pays off later, and it's like, I could read something else right now.
Yeah, but that's what
You-
people say
you-
about One Piece. Again, people say that about One Piece.
Nah, because
I
look,
disagree.
rereading One Piece now, it's enjoyable from the beginning.
It is enjoyable from beginning.
No,
I think that's.
it's
I think.
enjoyable for different reasons, and I think gets better.
Yeah, but you're reading from a lens of like you're going back to reading. You're saying this from a person that already read it, right? Okay, so there are people that feel like they stand on this. Just keep watching. It gets good. Like it gets good after 200 episodes or maybe 200 chapters.
It's like 50.
That's what people
episodes,
say.
I think because Alarm Park is actually pretty early on, and that's where we say that's where the main number is. It's like, yo, if you get to Arlong Park and you do not like it, please walk away.
And I would say Arlong Park is where you can like really give the proof for the doubters. The people who aren't going in at a neutral 0, they're going in already with a negative impression. If you get to Arlong Park and you still have a negative, that's fair. But if you're going absolute 0, I think chapter 1 One Piece already shows flair, characters, interesting writing, interesting world. I do. After going back to watch it or to read it, because we got that box set. Thank you, Patty. We got the box set. We're now restarting our journey from scratch. I have way more experience now than I did like 15, 20 years ago when I first started reading One Piece. I can't even remember when I started. But going back, I'm thinking is this holding up like I remember? There are plenty of series I go back and it's like, I remember it being better, but I see it aged badly. One Piece aged magnificently.
Okay,
And how it's done and the fun. So I would not say that starts slow and has to get to Arlong Park. I think it shows its promise immediately, and I do think the numbers bear that out. One Piece is one of the most successful series in the world. I think it is the best-selling manga of all time. It has massive worldwide success in live action, animated, and manga form. Like, period.
It's the Coke. But so now to bring back to this question, right? Let us break down the difference between a slow burn and a setup. So, and can it be both? Right? So
absolutely.
As we were talking and I started mentioning these titles that I've read, like let's go back to a series that we've all read, right? Let's bring up Harry Potter again, right? Even though I feel like Harry Potter, the first book was basically a setup. I can't necessarily say it was a slow burn because there was things happening in every chapter. Going to the school, going to the train,
even avoiding the school was entertaining.
Yes, the message, him living under the stairs, like the telegram. I'm like, it came from where? That is not UPS, sir. Like that is not even postal service type status.
In the chimney. Like what? Open the
it
letter.
It was just amazing. It was a page turner. Like, and even though like we didn't get the full setup, no, I can't say it was a full setup. I think we fully understood everything about the school and why the school existed more so on the second book, I think.
No? I don't even think that's important.
Towards the end of the book is where the setup happens. So when he's attacked by, what was it in book one? Professor Quill?
Yeah.
Quirrell,
thank you. Like when that attack happens, that's when the setup happens for like, okay, the Dark Lord's trying to come back. First, like 90% of the book is just like, yeah, you're just having a good time at this magic school. And that's the story right now, right? Yeah. There's an overarching plot towards the end of the book that gets you go, oh, okay, here's kind of what we're dealing with for the rest of the books, right? But every book has its own contained thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're forgetting.
So for the overarching plot for book 7, but for the first few books, every book is its own year, its own thing. That he's
and it has to be because fresh no-name authors do not get 7-book deals. Fresh no-name authors might not even get a guaranteed second book. They're saying, here, you get this. We'll see how you're doing. They can't afford to say like, I know book 1 isn't great, but don't worry, book 3, it's going to be massive. It's like, no, you write for the book you have. She had in her mind a 7-part series at the time. She had in her mind like different areas she could have gone to, but she didn't have all 7 books flashed out when book 1 published. She didn't have a guarantee that book 2 would publish when she was writing book 1. So saying like it's set up for what comes later, it's like, no, this is the story I am writing. There is room to expand and places I want to go, but this is the story I am telling.
Yeah.
And I agree,
it's not
so
the stories that have cliffhangers, though. What happens to the stories?
I don't consider it a setup if it has a cliffhanger, because, like I said, having more to explore is
no, not even that. Like, okay, you're saying that this book will determine if you get the deal for book 2, 3, and 4, right? But I'm just saying, like, if you go in thinking, like, all right, you know what? I may not get 5, but I'm gonna try to get 2. I think if the build up and the cliffhanger is good enough to get book 2, I think from then you can bring on 3, 4, 5, and 6.
So it's not just build up though. It's everything has to be good. So some things do have to be resolved for usually for the book to still be good and entertaining. And then there's like something else that happens that's so huge. It's like, oh, I gotta know what happens next, right? But you like think of any TV show, like you still have to have a monster season 1, especially for anything that's not greenlit for like multiple seasons right away. Like if you get your first pilot season, like that first season gotta be good. It doesn't matter that you have unresolved things at the end for like potentially a future season. if the whole thing is not good and entertaining, like if you get 8 episodes and 7 episodes ain't fire, you're gonna have a problem getting a season 2 because they're gonna look at it. Hey, no one really gives a fuck what happens next. Like, right? Like, no one enjoyed this enough. So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
And there are
entertaining.
certain kind of cliffhangers that piss me off. Maybe it's a taste thing, but I hate if you start something in season 1, but you do not finish it by the end of that season. Like there's a season arc and then there's the overall series arc. I need the season arc to finish. Like if you set up something specific and then it's like, wait for next season, I'm pissed. But there's still ways to conclude it where it like feels wholesome. You finish the storyline you started, but leave it open for more. I'm thinking Promise Neverland season 1 because season 2 doesn't exist. Let's ignore it. When that season 1 ends, I remember telling you both, this was good. I enjoyed it and I wanted to stop right here. Season 1, it's just them in Gracefield Farm and escaping that farm. So they stand on the edge, having just escaped and thinking, okay, we're free. There's still more to explore. Like, what's the rest of the world look like? How are we going to go back for the other kids? But it finished this arc. It set out of we must escape this specific place. I wouldn't call that a cliffhanger. I'd say they finished the story they were telling in that season. And if it goes further, there's more to explore. But it has this satisfying conclusion for itself. Similarly, that first book of Harry Potter had that conclusion for itself. The mystery of the Philosopher's/Sorcerer's Stone is what was being told in that first book.
So, okay, this one's for Derby because you didn't finish season 1. You didn't watch Game of Thrones. So, Derby, with Game of Thrones.
Well, I did watch Game of Thrones. I didn't read Game of Thrones.
No, I'm talking about for Bree. This
I
is
watched
for
Game of
you.
Thrones.
This is
I didn't finish Game of Thrones.
okay. So with Ned dying in season 1, right? And we all thought, and we followed him throughout the whole journey in season 1. You don't consider him dying as a cliffhanger, that he was beheaded? That was a cliffhanger?
No, I think a cliffhanger would have been like, we're about to kill him. Find out next season what happens.
That would be the kind of thing
That would have
pisses
been a
me off.
cliffhanger. Him dying, that was them ending that arc and saying, oh, nah, he does not make it. Find out next season what the Starks in total are going to do about that.
Okay.
Right? And then next season starts, and now we have, what is it? It's not John. It's Robert, what did I say? What's his first son's name?
It's
Fuck, I
Robert.
forgot.
I think it was Robert. I think it was Robert. Brandon? No, Brandon is the one that lost his
Brandon's
legs.
Yeah.
And then I think it was
I can't remember.
Robert.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, the Red Wedding. That nigga.
Rob Stark, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Rob. Okay,
So,
yeah.
not
Because he
Robert,
named him after
Rob.
Robert. No, he named him, he kind of named him after his best friend. Because Robert Baratheon, that's his
Just
homie.
Rob Stark.
No,
Yeah,
he
but
got
it's
a
just
name.
Rob Stark. There's no.
Yeah, this is from
No,
the book
I understand,
perspective.
but his
Yeah.
name is Rob Stark, not Robert. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that.
ROBB.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Got
what I'm
you.
saying. I was thinking
Got you.
Robert, and it's like, no, it's not Robert. It's not Rob. It's short for Robert. No, his name is just Rob.
Okay, got
Fucking
you.
idiot.
But
Dumbass.
Excuse
Nah,
me.
it was- No, he was. Rob was a dumbass. Like, how
He
you
was.
gonna piss off your allies because you met a nurse on the field? No. I've told Bray this my whole thing. Like, yo, whenever I watch shows with like royals, I'm like, yo, your whole royals and nobility, like the whole reason you get to eat this well is that when they tell you to marry this person or another, that is your job. You don't get to opt out unless you're willing. There's a few shows where I'm fine with it because they fully walk away from all of it. Like they leave the royal house, they run away and elope to go be a peasant or a farmer somewhere. And I like, fine, that's fair. But if you're trying to be king
it
and
doesn't
your
make no
allies
sense.
like, yo, you gonna marry my daughter.
He wasn't even an
marry that
ally.
dude's daughter.
The dude from the Red Wedding, they needed to go through his territory.
Yes,
They
which
spent
is-
all this money
Yeah,
and all these
his
allies
whole
that
thing was-
weren't even wanted to be involved. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, Winterfell going down. Winterfell is a big continent. They're like, all right, cool.
Patty.
So then when he sat there, hold on, let me break down. So then he sat there, met a nurse during the battlefield and told his mom, I'm going to make her queen. His mom was like, hold on, bitch, let's just get to this side because we have to get over and fight the war first. But I'm in love and she's pregnant.
So
Okay.
dumbass.
All right. So
And-
I did all this to talk to this man so we could get through, and he was going to give us a couple of weapons. Now, what am I left to do? Well, give him somebody else. What? Okay, so
No.
right then and there, he was his own downfall. Pussy was his own downfall.
We agree, Patty.
So,
He's a
yeah, we
dumbass.
agree, but I wanted the
Okay.
setup. I just thought that it was good. Some people just
it was
aren't
good
meant
and
to be
entertaining. Don't get me
king.
wrong. Yeah, it was good and entertaining. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he was still a dumbass.
He was always a dumbass.
Like,
Some
yo,
people
when
just
he
not
died,
meant
I
to be
like,
king.
and yeah, that's what happens, bro. You piss
Yeah.
the dude off. The dude asked you for one simple thing.
Just marry his daughter so he can
Like,
have some lineage. You don't
yeah,
even have to
like,
be faithful.
You don't
Niggas are
even
never
have-
faithful.
Yo, you don't even have to sleep with her.
No,
No
just
one's
say,
gonna
okay,
know.
I'll marry her. Once you
Yeah.
become king, you could say, I take it back. What do you mean?
Yo, not even
Just
like
be
I
like,
take it back.
no.
Just get a second wife that you actually sleep with, and she'll have the kids, and boom.
And nobody gonna say anything about
They'll
it.
be
Like, I
like,
don't
hey, well, the
understand.
other one never made a baby, so she
Yeah,
doesn't get
we
anything.
hate Rob. Bitch ass Rob. This is why
Dumbass.
women should just rule. Like, Ned's wife was so smart in his absence. She should have, if she,
Yeah. Hey,
another
moving on.
thing. Women,
All right,
women
dumbass.
rule
We-
Game of
we went
Thrones.
to a whole Game
Yeah,
of
we went to
Thrones
a rant.
rant again.
Yeah. So okay, so I would say yes, there is a difference. Let's wrap this up. There is a difference between slow burn and setup, and if it's done well, the setup doesn't have to be a slow burn.
Yeah.
I can say
Right.
that.
But
We can-
slow
we can
burns
just-
aren't necessarily bad, because I would say the ultimate difference, slow burn is about the vibes. You sitting in them, sitting with the characters and enjoying the atmosphere. Setup is about the plot.
But the
You
whole
need this
conversation was
information for
slow
longer.
burns being bad. You say slow burns don't have to be
No,
bad.
no, because I
No.
just said Kimi ni Todoke is an amazing slow burn because it's about the vibes with the characters. I'd say Free Ren is a slow burn because it's about the vibes and the characters, not about we got to get here, do this, X, Y, or Z. It's not the plot. So I say the difference between Free Ren and say Jobless Reincarnation.
Yeah, but
Jobless
with Free Ren-
Reincarnation season 1 is a setup. You're meeting the waifus, you're meeting the world, you're meeting the magic system, and then shit gets real when the Great Displacement happens. They're transported, Demon Continent, let's go. Free Ren, it's not about we got to do this, meet, XYZ to start the journey. The journey is the plot. The characters, the setting, the montages
But it's
is
also
slow burn.
hold on. Also, Free Ren has the benefit of being an episodic type show. So every episode or two, an arc is kind of ending, right? Like, okay, we're fighting Aura. Yeah, Aura dies, and then we move on. Like, it's not like we're sitting in this for like 30 episodes of how she gonna take out Aura the guillotine. Like, it's gonna be tough. It's like, no. Free Ren just goes and handles it, and then we walk away and we move on to the next thing.
Right?
Okay, so slow burns don't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
No, slow
what you
burns are
do.
amazing. I love a
It
good
just
slow
can't
burn.
be your first book.
No,
It
setup.
can
A
be-
pure setup cannot be your first book. A slow burn can be enjoyable, and I'm fine with an
But it
enjoyable
also
first
can't
book
be
that
your
doesn't take off.
Look, that just a pure slow burn. Like, stuff has to happen and end. Like, I'm thinking in terms of like.
I don't
well,
know
to
if
be
I agree.
true,
And that's why I love Black Robin, ladies and gentlemen. We don't
We're
have
all
to
over the
agree
place.
on
Let's
shit.
move
We
on.
all over
We
the
are
place.
all over the place.
Let's move on.
Make your
Look
own
at
decisions,
information.
people. It's art. It's subjective. Like what you like.
Take with that what you will. But
Your mileage may vary.
take with that what you will. But I do love a good series to sink my teeth into. So as long as it gets me there, pause. So
No, if it's
This-
only foreplay.
it can still get me there if it's only foreplay, depending on the day.
I
Listen,
feel like once you get there, it's not foreplay anymore. You finish the job.
you finished the job, yes. Yeah, you're right. Without actually doing the D. The D. I didn't even do that on purpose. Oh, look at me. All right, I'm up now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm up. Let's move on. So this season of summer anime, we gave you a little glimpse. Oh, matter of fact, no. Before we get into that, I do have a question that I want to ask you guys. Tune into the last episode where we talked about what Anthropic was doing with first edition books in order to feed their AI system, the destruction of the books. Okay, so cool. So now that you watched that episode, come back to this. We want to. I have a question for the gang, right? So when you guys were saying that, hey, you bought the books to do with whatever you want, that's fine. That's your money. Here's the problem I have with that. All these books that they are destroying in order to feed their AI systems, the majority of them are already in E format. Why couldn't they get the E format to put it in their systems instead of just having the physical copies?
Because they cheap. They don't want to pay for it.
They're
For
already
the
paying for
digitized
first
ones,
editions, though.
it's way cheaper. Right now, there are places all over the world, little bookstores, independent things, that will sell you books by the yard. I tell you, they don't price the individual books. They will price them by the yard. It's the kind of people who want to have like aesthetic libraries, but don't care about the books, so they just want the covers. By the yard. And it's cheap. It's cheap because they're old. Some are old. Some of them like aren't worth very much. It's the only ones who will sell them. It is super cheap to buy up a ton of these because right now, as a society, hell, as a global society, we don't value them all that much. You see how much a book decreases in value as soon as it's used. You can buy a book for $20. You'll be lucky if you can resell it for $2. Unless it's like a school textbook, hell, even school textbooks will drop to like a tenth of the cost as soon as it's off the shelves.
Yeah, they just buy
Print
a volume
books,
of Go-Go
print
13 for like
used
$3.
books are practically valueless unless they're collectible items. Digital book licenses, oh, those have value, especially in this AI age. So in fact, Anthropic got in trouble because they were going for digitized books already, but they were pirating them. They were going to pirating sites and massive like compilation sites, downloading them in mass, and then the publishers and authors found out and said, yo, you can't go somewhere to pirate my book to take it and download it. If you want this digital copy, you have to come to us, the rights holders. So because Anthropic got in trouble doing that in mass, they realized, oh shit, if we can't get these pre-digitized ones, because, we'll get caught for pirating them, this is a way, if I buy them by the yard, if I buy these bulk purchases for dirt cheap, it is fully legal. It's not even a loophole in copyright. That's just the ownership laws. I own this copy. I can do whatever I want with this copy. So it's completely legal and they don't have to pay for the license.
That's what I have an issue.
Here's the thing.
Because, go ahead, Derbs.
So more than likely, the companies that own the digital rights are people who already did what Anthropic is trying to do. They already destroyed a bunch of books themselves to get it digitized. And now they're like, okay, yeah, so we already did the work, so you have to pay us for the work we did. And Anthropic is just going, no, we don't. We could just do it too. Just like you digitized your copies, we'll digitize our copies and move on. The same way you bought a bunch of books by the yard to put them into into your website so that you own the rights of the digital version, we can just do the exact same thing and not have to pay you.
And on top of that, it is a cleaner sample because, again, a lot of what Anthropic, and not just Anthropic, there's a bunch of AI LLM companies doing this. Not to say it's less guilty. It's just there's a whole bag of shitholes doing this. Is they need stuff that are clean from AI taint. A lot of the things online already, when they invest them, some are still, the pure original text of the book, but others have already had that like digital AI slop generated. So they want print books because a print book from pre-2020, I think it was, is guaranteed to not have any AI slop in it. So the digital versions already are tainted. They kind of want to avoid those. But these early ones, these print books, are clean and clear and under control.
So they can taint them?
Legally, yes. And it is the best, cheapest
I don't think that's cheapness. We're talking about first editions here. I don't think that.
No, we are not. Some first editions might get rounded up in it, but they're not explicitly looking for first editions.
And that's noted that they're not looking for first editions.
And
They're
also, I
looking
don't
for
think
any text. And that's why I
Patty-
said in our last recording, they'll take a first edition copy of Lord of the Rings from the 1900s just as eagerly as they'll take some body stripper off the shelf of Walmart. They need the
Okay.
text. They do not care about the quality of the spine.
Mm,
It's just a lot of
we
these
see
old
that.
books, like I said, we undervalued print media so much that a lot of these, what would be emotionally valuable books, are being sold in the same bargain bins as the rest.
Okay. I don't see that when I go to Book Off. I don't see that when I go to these thrift stores.
I don't think that's at thrift stores. It's probably somewhere else. You know,
Okay.
somewhere that only rich people really know about. Some major publishing house just has like a giant library of like 10 million books. It's like, oh, we never sold any of these. Whoever
Could
wants
be
them can
those.
have them.
Yeah, some places that might just accept book donations, buy like a surplus from X, Y, or Z for super cheap. If you ever see those like resell your books sites, kind of like that, where they'll say like, okay, this book, we'll buy it for 15 cents from you. And then they have this massive collection, which now has a market for reselling them.
Yeah, that still sounds shady. That sounds horrible.
Oh, it's super shady.
It is horrible, but it is a
Yeah.
loophole. Because what we're going to say, if you own the book, you're no longer allowed to do what you want with it.
Especially
Because that is the core of
But
what
it's
this law is.
beyond
If
that.
you buy a book, like if you go right now to Barnes and Nobles, buy a book and take it home, you can do whatever you want with it.
But you can't
can
compare
loan it
me
to a
to
friend.
them.
Why not?
Because they have ulterior motives. I'm just a consumer. What they're doing is to make sure that they have access to that book and all the original text to it. So later on, they will be the only ones that I have to go to get that book from. And when they do that, they could do whatever they want with it and change the words to whatever. That's
they
the
can.
problem I'm saying.
The
That's why I
dilemma.
feel like it's shady.
It's definitely shady. It's just not completely wrong. 'Cause right now, you could also go and buy those books up instead, but none of us are really doing that, right? Because these are public domain books that we're talking about, where they get to just basically take them, scan them in, and use those to train their AI.
Not
model.
necessarily. They're not public domain. Not all of them.
Not all of them. Then I have
They
no
don't
idea.
need them to be public domain.
Then
You
that's
are
gonna be-
allowed to physically take a book that you now own. So right now, you see all this manga in my background. If I wanted to, I can take these books
How dare you? No, you can't. They're mine.
with the co-owner's permission. I
not
can
have
take
it.
them, and like I said, if I wanted to make a cool wallpaper, I can cut out every individual page and plaster them on my wall, so I have a cool wallpaper in my library. That is perfectly legal. I own these objects.
We
Yes,
all know
but
that,
not
but that's
to sell, and that's where
They
the
are
AI
not
thing
selling
is
the
getting
exact
into.
text. It counts as transformative work, which is covered under copyright because they're ingesting it into an AI system. They
And
are
that's the
not
problem for
writing.
me.
In fact, it would be more of a copyright question if they were allowing the full text to be readable. So I think I said that in the previous episode. It would be nice if they created like a repository to let people read. That would technically be more in danger of violating copyright than destroying them. But because they
No,
are
not
not
if you do-
reproducing the text, especially not for commercial or public use, it counts as transformation and it is protected under copyright.
That's terrible.
Well,
That's terrible.
you know,
Copyright,
vote.
don't forget the other side of copyright allows us to do a lot of things too. If I say wanted to make like a collage of my favorite One Piece moments, so I bought a bunch of copies of One Piece, I cut out like my favorite scenes, and I made like this epic collage homage to my favorite series, I am legally allowed to do that. I cannot be sued for that.
Yeah, but that's different. You're not taking
To
it so
us,
nobody
that
else can
is, but
have
in
it,
terms of
so you can
practical
change the
use-
original words of it. It's still One Piece, right? You're
Yeah,
not
but-
changing it for anything else in
Patty,
order for
Patty.
you to make money and profit of it, for people to just buy it from you only. That's
Patty,
different. We can't
we're
compare
not just-
us to to a
so-
$1 billion company.
So just like Bree said, like with it not being only public domain things, if they're still in the private domain, that means we still can go and buy those. You can't buy the first edition, sure, if we're talking about that, but you can just go buy a copy of whatever book they just ingested to train their AI model. You can still
now.
do that.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, in a few years, your library will have it, and random antique bookshops will still have copies. It's just a matter of how much you value it to go pay for it. if you want to just get like the AI edited down version, and they change the laws where they can just do like the digital library, then yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
But didn't you just say like, yeah, they're selling these in these like these mass, they're purchasing these books in masses,
Yes,
right?
they are purchasing
And
mass.
some, right, and then some of these where they're purchasing it is probably what these rich people know of that we don't know of, because the first editions are
I
getting
would
mixed
disagree
in.
with that. Let me see if
So
I can look up a place where you can buy books by the yard, like right now online.
okay, so
Uh,
if that's the case, right, and it's only limited to if it's only limited to people and not the masses, but just a certain amount of people,
I see
certain
a site called Books by the Foot like immediately.
okay,
right?
go
So this
ahead.
is something you can do right now if you want to. You can Google and look and make your own bulk purchase of books.
Okay.
Anyone
Yeah,
can
we
do
all
that.
can do it.
Yeah. And
AI is
it's
just able to do it a bit better because they have way more capital.
Yeah,
because
but
there is
listen,
no restriction against it, and I'm
that's
not even sure how
fine.
they would write a law that would restrict it. What are you saying
We
can
can
even
all do
forbid an
it.
activity?
The problem is, yeah, we all can do it. The problem is, I'm not taking it, destroying the books, and doing it in a mass so that later on, within decades or maybe centuries, that physical copy is no longer able to be purchased. It's in my domain, and you can only have my version of my domain and
No,
what I
because
feel
they
that
do
you can
not own the
get.
copyright. That is not what's happening in this case because they cannot and do not try to resell the original text right now. They are ingesting their text into LLMs as data. They do not care what is being ingested. They do not care what the story is, how valuable the story. They just want the data on how to make words. They're using these as tutors for their LLM. So they're not, well, at least at this point right now, they're not saving these texts to put out again later to make you pay for it. In fact, I might
Do
be
we
a
know
little
that for
happier with
sure?
that because that
Hold
means
up.
Or that's
some
just
won't
for
be
now?
lost, but a lot
So,
of these will be
yeah, Patty.
entirely lost because they are just using them to train. And I think that's more
Yeah, for
sad
now.
than
Yeah,
hoarding
Patty, I
them.
think what
I'd be
you're
happier if
hoping
they were
for.
hoarding them.
Yeah, Patty, I think what you're hoping for is a preemptive kind of law that would stop them from eventually being able to print these books themselves, or like going to ChatGPT and saying, "Hey, can you just give me the full story of I don't know, A Christmas Carol? Go." And then it
Christmas Carol is in public domain, but the rest they
No,
would
no,
have
but
to
that's
wait
what
till
I'm
these
talking about.
are out
Yeah.
of public domain. That's why I don't think they will do that because I don't think they're keeping track necessarily of every title and the metadata for it, as
No,
in
but
who wrote it, when was it written, when is it out of public domain.
right.
Because if they
But that's
were,
what I'm
then they
saying. I
could
think
sell these stories later.
even not selling the story, well, they'd probably put
They
it
could
behind a
allow you
paywall.
to watch because they have paywall, so
Yeah.
you can do it. But that's what makes me a little sadder.
If you
I
get the
do not
fancy
think
version
they
of
are
ChatGPT.
preserving the original text. I do not think they are bothering to save a library of what these books actually had. I think they are purely harvesting the data and doing
Well,
away with the story.
if the AI works the way they want it to work, it will, in essence, preserve that original text. So it will know the original text off the top of its dome. The question is whether or not there'll ever be a law that says they can just have the AI spit out like
They
the
can, as
full
long as it
original
is not in the
text.
public domain. They legally can. So Alice in Wonderland, they could spit that out.
Yeah,
I
one
think
that's
A
in the
Christmas
public
Carol.
domain, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, eventually, if they change the laws enough that they can just say, "Hey, just go ahead and let us." Like, if we printed out the book, then yeah, you could just read. It's like borrowing a copy of our book, so it's not really
Oh.
breaking the law. I don't know.
Libraries have made that argument so far and failed, but you're right. AI companies have more money to play with and to bribe politicians. So that
Exactly.
is possible. But at the same time, if they do that, that would create a precedent for libraries to be able to do the same thing, which would kind of collapse the publishing industry
Yes,
in a
but
very, very damaging, dangerous way.
again, they got a lot of fuck you money.
They got a lot of fuck you money. So AI companies would have to be to the point where they would collapse the publishing industry, which would then also reverse and collapse back at them because they wouldn't have, I guess if they go through all of history to collect books, they don't need publishing to continue to exist.
They're not worried about next week. They're worried about making money today.
There'd be
Next
so
week is a next week
many
problem.
intellectual property lawsuits.
Oh yeah, they're not
They
worried
got
about
money
it.
for that. They're not worried about that. There's a way around it. They got
Yeah.
money to pay
But again, these are
brilliant lawyers
theoretical
over.
problems.
These are theoretical problems. At least
we'd
right
like some
now, they
preemptive
are
laws.
not trying to sell the copies of the books that they have taken.
Right now. Right
Right
now.
now.
As of right this second, yeah.
As of right
Again,
now,
I think
yeah.
I'd feel slightly more optimistic if they do try to later, because that at least guarantees they are saving the data information and the original source text. And I don't think they're bothering to do that. I don't. I think once their AI is trained, it might. I don't know how AI training works. If you still have to like keep the original source training data, or if you can like get rid of it once it's trained, I have no idea. But I think they don't care what books are going in. They just want, a verb to follow a subject.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to hell. We are going to hell. If you're watching this right now, we are going to hell.
Always follows the subject.
No, not that. I'm just saying I haven't heard that phrase in years.
Oh.
Like, elementary school.
I think those present and past
must follow
participles.
something. Yeah, correct. Like, ooh.
Don't you remember that
Brought me
subject?
back.
verb agreement?
I felt 10 years old all over again. It was like, oh, yes.
Well, in brighter news, we didn't. Well, let's go back and dive into summer anime, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's pull up our summer anime. I'm calling our summer anime comfy anime. I'm really enjoying this. I am just taking my time watching these series, and they have been brightening up my day. As you could tell, I'm a little smoother today. I'm a little laid back. I'm not really on anybody's throat pause and just going. I'm not fighting. Just chill. Why? Because it's summer. The summer animes got me like this. I love it, and it's nice. So, who wants to go first? I'm not even gonna go first. I'm just so smooth and chill and laid back. I let one of them go. Go
I'll
ahead.
go first because there was one. We were super excited about the manga. We loved it. We recommended. It got an anime, and the anime has been so nice. We listened to the opening every episode, and that is Smoking Behind the Convenience Store with You.
Hey.
My God, I have never been a smoker, but this must be from Big Tobacco because I am
yeah, it's
tempted. The
dangerous.
way it is pure vibes and peace and energy, and it is a slow burn, I will say.
Hence
In
the
my
cigarettes.
definition of slow burn, because nothing is happening. It is just a middle-aged office
See what
worker
you did there.
and like a
This is sponsored by
20-something-year-old.
Newports, ladies and gentlemen. Get you a nice menthol. No, I'm lying. I'm lying.
That's
I'm
a
lying.
Marlboro, man. And Newport.
Marlboro.
Yeah, and a 20-something-year-old convenience store clerk. And they just go behind the supermarket and they smoke. And then they say, have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow night.
I mean, all right. This is what I love about this series, right? We have a salary man who's going and coming in. Like, the job is just ass. The only thing he has to look forward to is the lady behind the register. She's just super happy, super cheery. And he's like, damn, just to be in her line makes my night. I don't even need this toilet paper. I got mad shit at home. Pause. Oh, no
It sounds
pun
like you do need the
intended.
toilet
No
paper.
pun,
And he
no
needs the
pun
toilet
intended. There it is. But yeah, and he's just so inspired. It's like, yo, man, like, she's really nice and she smiles with every customer. I want to be like that. Is she pretty? And then he goes back. He's just, and the way they smoke, you hear the with every pull, you hear the. I'm like, yeah. They want you to know they smoke the hell out of these cigarettes, bro.
Yeah, they're bringing it
I am
back.
concerned for their health.
Yeah, they are bringing it back. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about this. I would be surprised if they were smoking inside the store. I was like, oh my God, okay. But this is definitely a comfy. It's a nice, comfy anime. I love the fact that he's just letting out his problems to this random girl. He's like, yeah, I like her. You think she like me? I don't know. Old fart. It's like, yeah. And then it's just nice. It's just nice.
It's also bringing back the goth chick, basically making a bunch of dudes into goth chicks again. Oh, dudes and girls,
Oh my
whoever's involved.
God.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's Shigo all over again. Raven all over again. Just no superpowers this time. Enjoy. But yeah, no. As you well know, I fucking love this. I love the manga. I loved the show. It was basically our bedtime routine. Just throw on a smoking behind it. Oh, all right, yeah. This is a great way to end the day. This is wonderful. All right, we can go to bed now. That's it. No, wonderful.
Get my serotonin in. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I do not recommend smoking. All the science says it's bad for you. Do not fucking do it if you can. If you're already addicted, try to quit.
We don't. Our bad habits here is tea and treats, ladies and gentlemen. That's our addiction right there. A nice tea with some pastries.
So we do.
That's not good too either. But ladies and gentlemen, with moderation. So, but yeah, that's.
You could try to moderate. I baked a cake yesterday.
What kind of cake? What kind of cake? Did you bake that viral cake? Did you bake that viral cake, the golden box cake with the chocolate Hershey? Okay.
Okay. I didn't do that.
Right. Apparently, that's going viral right now. The box cake. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still recommending shows?
Yeah, we going on. Come on, summer comfy. Summer comfy.
Because fuck you, Amazon. Because you're the reason this show's not doing as well as it should be doing.
Oh, Amazon got a show?
No. I'm just complaining that Amazon had season 1 of Grand Blue Dreaming, and I feel like that's why Grand Blue Dreaming is not as huge as it should be. Because I think even in the Crunchyroll Awards, it wasn't mentioned in like Best Comedy, and it had season 2 last year. It wasn't.
It was
crazy. But yeah, Grand Blue Dreaming, hilarious show about just college drinking. Also on the device, so don't drink as much as they drink.
If you need to chill, just grab some smoke and some booze.
But it is very, very fucking funny. If you've ever gotten blackout drunk, you'll understand. And yeah, have fun.
Take you back to your college days, ladies and gentlemen.
It's about college students just drinking heavily. Yeah, so that's my rec for summer. Please watch season 3, all 3 seasons of Grand Blue Dreaming.
I have never gotten blackout drunk, but I have died watching this show. Freaking hilarious.
Yeah. It was a problem when we just had our baby, because from time to time I had to turn it off because I'm laughing too loud. The baby's going to wake up. I can't watch this at night.
Oh, no. So, okay, Bree, you go.
You need to go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go. All right. So pretty much my whole summer has been about this man, the Frontier Lord, begins with 0 subjects. That's my whole summer. He is taking over. This is it. I just been playing catch up and trying to get up to the last episode. The recent episode I have. This is amazing. I want to know more about him and the shady dealings that his king. Like, it's just amazing. Here we got a superhero that's run his course, saved the kingdom single-handedly. He got minions. He had little soldiers, but it was all him. Everybody know it was him. He was beating ass, beating people, taking names later, all on the strength of the king, right? All of a sudden, the king said, all right, I'm going to reward you. You're going to get all this money and land far, 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 far away, right? Finally, they bring him to the land. They dump him there. No money. No, nothing. He's like, oh, wow, this is it. Mind you, the king says, this is your land and anything in that land is yours. Everybody there, your subjects. There's not one subject set to be found in this particular land. This land is barren. There's nothing. There's nothing. Green mountains and that's it. So he ends up being.
He got a plane. It's not a desert.
All right, he got a plane. There it is. He got a plane. Okay, a fruitful plane because that's some nice grass, but he got a plane. So now, in his mind, a lot of people. This is what sets the tone for the story. Right there, me being a hero, I'm like, all right, now I got to go back to the kingdom and fuck the king up, right? He's like, no. His main objective right now, like the story right here should have just been like, all right, it's a revenge story. I need to get back to the king. I need to, I risked my life for this kingdom and this is what they did to me. No, he's like, how do I get subjects? This is it. He don't worry about no money. This man is sleeping like this in grass, right? No food, nothing, no water. He's laughing like, damn, I almost could have died there, didn't I? Like that was a close call. Until he gets found by a lovely, risky. A lovely, beautiful woman with a horn on her head. This bitch is like, where the fuck did you come from? Because people like you not supposed to be around here. And there goes the story right there. It takes, I don't want to say too much. I just need y'all to watch it. This is really great.
I will say one thing that's a spoiler for Frontier Lord. And that is the ease with which he crushed the bar on slavery. Where it was like, oh, I hate slavery. Fuck
That's
y'all.
That's it.
Nigga, did you just try to sell me a slave? Oh, you about to get murdered?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's not what you're doing? I'm going to calm down a little. Speak your piece.
For a podcast where it's just black, we like it. All right? When you abolish slavery, you're going to get talked about in Black Ramen Podcast. I'm just letting you know.
This white man with his blue eyes, I bet. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to say no. Correct.
Yeah. It just took him saying no in just one episode. And you're like, that's it?
No. He said no, and I hate it. That's what mattered.
Yeah.
The hatred of it is like, if I could end it today, I would. But I'm one man. Fuck.
Every life is precious, and he
ain't no
values
slavery
that.
in my territory. I'll tell you that right now.
And the way he is with kids, the way he is with kids, he adopts. You know what? No more spoilers. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this with you. But I am a little side-eye because his love interest, I don't know if you want to call it a love interest, is 15 years old.
Yeah,
but he is 34, but he's like, no.
Yeah, he's saying no actively.
He's saying no. And he makes it his business to say no every episode. Now this bitch, she'll be in here and be like, listen, it's all right. In my village, we do. He said, no. We're not doing that. Where are the sheep? Where the sheep? Right? Let's worry about the sheep.
We got 2 sheep between us at all times, ma'am.
And that's it. And that's it. And
he's not pulling a Rudius, so that's good.
No, he's not. He's not. But he looks like he has the best sleep of his life in that tent. Love it.
Yeah.
I like that. That's my comfy. That show right there is taking it for me. I love it. I wouldn't recommend another show, but I haven't seen it yet. But I know Derby and Reed say is really good. So I'm gonna let Derby and Reed talk about the cat and the dungeon. There it is. The cat and the dragon. There it is. Go ahead. That's how you know I've definitely seen it. There it is.
Oh no, Cat and the Dragon is full cozy. At first you think it might. Episode 1, you're like, oh shit, might go down, and then episode 2 happens. Like, nope, we're just following some cats. And they do shit. Like, there's a whole episode that's gonna be a slight spoiler on a cat who just decides to learn how to farm, not food, just a certain plant that he wanted to grow, and he just decides to do that. That's the whole episode. It's just him farming and figuring out how to farm.
Love it.
That's it.
Love it. You know what? This is why I'm calling this episode Comfy, Cozy Summer Anime. Because there's not a lot of shows you could put on, especially with this weather right now, that I have a throwaway blanket, right? And it's in my living room, right? It's it's hot, the AC going. There's not a lot of shows that's gonna make me let me just put this on real quick. Let me just put this throwaway comforter on me like this and just be like this. You ever watch something that's so cute and cozy? You're smiling and then your spouse comes and is like, what the fuck are you smiling at? Oh, my bad. Was I really smiling? You don't even know you smiling? This is that type of season, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just be perfectly clear on what type of shit you getting into. There's no fighting. We don't care about fighting. We don't care about none of that shit. We just care about mental health, comfortability, sweetness, and just being cozy, nigga. Take a nap, nigga. But go ahead. Next show.
Okay, I got one. I do want to strongly recommend because I'm having a great time with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you titties. I want to recommend Dharasan of Reiwa. And these titties are not for the faint of heart. It's for the fat monster fuckers who believe in themselves. What we got is this massive chick, massive, Bottom half, snake. Full on snake. She got 6 arms. Her face is slit up. And remember, this is the summer of comfy cozy, as Patty said.
She's still going. She's still going. She's still
Yes!
going. She didn't just say that.
I am giving these people the stuff they need to know.
Hold on, I
This
can't
is
even hear you.
important.
My headphones are not even on, bitch. Hold on. I can't believe you just sat there and just came out.
The titties!
The titties. Like you wasn't
No, but
supposed
this author definitely loves titties. Like, yo, every character
Loves
is just
titties.
like,
And it gives full nipples, so
big old titties.
maybe not in public. But it's natural because she's half snake monster. And what I love is this story is split between the darkest, cruelest, harshest backstory you can imagine. Because this poor snake woman, arms cut off while still alive, legs cut off, bleeding out, fuses with an evil snake, and is still one of the nicest, wholesome, kindest people you can meet. And she encounters these 2 little kids, the children of like the priestess family, because there's an evil spirit.
Wait, what's
with
this
kids.
again? What's the title?
Dharasan of
Dara.
Reiwa. So it's just about this snake woman who guards the mountain and these 2 little brats who just love to come and play with her. And it is hilarious. It is warm. And just the contrast between like the flashbacks of this dark, horrific backstory and them just goofing off saying like, here, look, wear this outfit we made for you. Ha ha ha. Hey, look, you should really try to like put
found a
on some
way.
panties or something or a bra. Them going to
They
ask
found
their
a way.
neighbor with big titties for a bra because their snake lady demon best friend is just hanging loose. It's like, we want to help you. We want to give you support. Here you go.
Yeah. And
So
they
it
found
is
a way
funny,
to make a
it's cute,
perfect
it's
character
really interesting.
not cringy somehow.
And no spoils on how.
Like
No
just-
spoils on how.
Yeah, I won't
But-
say how, but it's very funny because the contrast is just like, wait, you're the horny one?
Why? I can't
Okay,
find
I
it.
guess.
Now we all horny in this bitch. Where is this?
It's on
Why
Crunchy.
Yeah, Crunchy.
It
I'm
is
not-
Dharasan,
you know what we-
Dara san of
What is it?
Reiwa.
B?
Dara
Okay.
He
D?
is a dog. Exactly.
son of Reiwa. Reiwa. And it's just nice because it really gives a message like no matter how grim and dark the past is, there's
Titties will
people
always
who will
make you
believe
happy.
in you and support you
There's been
and
multiple
help you
songs
into
that
like
have
a
said as
brighter
much.
next day.
Ugh.
That
One
things
in
get better.
French.
There will be people who care about you. And it's nice.
Okay.
It's very nice and light.
All right.
Sorry.
Listen, don't ever be sorry when Derby's on the vocals. We don't get that too much. We don't get that too much. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not signed. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. Okay. I will definitely keep a lookout for that, and I will tell you guys how I feel about that. I already know I'm gonna like it. It's titties. So I'm gonna go and pick a season 2. Cleventess.
As a
Season
Yeah,
two.
you said comfy cozy, right?
It is still comfy. It's still comfy. Like, we're not doing too much. We just doing logistics. We just sitting here in the school talking about, stop side-eyeing me. Bree, I think it's comfy, okay?
You haven't caught up, is what I said. What I
Right.
Probably.
I was like, she's a few episodes
Probably.
behind.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, I mean, I'm having fun.
A lot of
with-
blood and gore.
I mean, so far for me, I'm like, okay, you wake up, you have your size, you going to school, you're not fighting until you get to a certain forest. Okay. But after that, I found it to be a little, a little comfy, a little bit. And I was like, okay, cool. Cleventess is still hitting. And it's still, to me, is not being talked about like it should, but it is one of those animes that is definitely a heavy hitter. I don't know how long this is gonna go because there's not a lot of chapters in the manga. I hope they don't stray away from the manga because the manga is pretty good.
If there's not
I
a
think
lot
it
of
being
chapters
short
in it,
might be the problem because the pacing this season
pacing is
starts to
getting
get a little off. They're dragging things out a bit too much. Like
Yeah, they
fights
have
that could
to.
take half an episode or taking like 3. It's like we got to move past this because the plot is good. The world is interesting.
Yeah.
You just got to stop dragging things
But
out.
this fight cannot take 3 episodes. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it's because the manga is like
It's short.
Yeah.
very short. It's not really
They
fully
need to take, like, 2 years
established yet.
off.
Yeah. let me see.
Hold on. Am I next?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. Cozy. I'm gonna go super cozy. My stepmother and stepsisters aren't wicked. This is
Okay.
I think officially you can watch it on YouTube. Watch it however you watching it. I don't care. I don't own this shit. I actually do care a little. Actually, I lied. Because I do want more. The artist to make more money. But yeah, basically consider Cinderella, but happy. But this is Cinderella's adopted directly. So her dad wasn't shit. Apparently, homie died. The family found out that he had another daughter, and then her mom died, and they were like, "Bet we adopted you right into the family." And every time she's like, "Oh no, they gonna be super mean to me," and they're like, "Yo, here's some pancakes, enjoy." Mrs. Whatever the fucking family name is, I forgot. I'm so happy that you let me into your home and to be around your daughters and yada yada. She's like, "Oh yes, how dare you call me that? You may call me mommy." Like what? Like it's just that. It's just her stepsisters and her mom are fucking phenomenal, and they're so excited to get a new little sister. And that's it. That's the show. It's just her entering her family and them being super nice to her.
That's cozy. I like that. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Is Bree or me?
I think you can go.
All right. So I'm gonna take this one. For all my big backs out here.
You might be going what I was going for. Go
ahead.
Okay.
All right. So I'll set it up. You can finish it. Ladies and gentlemen, when Bree and Derby told me about this anime, they said, "Do not watch this hungry. You will get hungry. Watch it while you're eating a specific food. Chinese food." Hence, ladies and gentlemen, Iron Walk Jan. That's what Iron Walk Jan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the moment you watch this shit, you see this girl peeling a big ass swan out of strawberries. Like she's just taking nothing but like strawberries and she's just casting them in this big ass shit. I think it's like a big high 5-star restaurant, right? And everybody's trying to outdo each other. When I tell you they weren't wrong, bro, like this is Food Wars without the titties. That's what they said.
Without the titties. And it
works.
It works.
It works. The anime art style is similar to, there was an anime that we watched back in the day, and it was about this boy who's playing mahjong. Was it mahjong?
Kaiji?
Is it?
No, if it's not mahjong, it's probably Go.
I think maybe it was Go.
One with Go. Hikaru no Go.
Yeah, it might be. I have to look it up.
Oh, okay. No, I think Bree is right. It's Kaiji or Akagi, one of those two.
The one, so he's really
good
at it.
Pointy looking ones.
Yeah.
I think it's the same dude who did both.
Okay. Well, that's the art style it's giving me. See, I'm not too crazy about that type of art style, but all of that goes away when you see how they animate the food. It's like a whole nother network. You just like, what? It's like, hold on, I thought everything was going to be extra pointy, extra exaggerated. No. That extra drip, that gloss, that shine, that sizzle. Ah, man, that pan, that flip, the walk, everything is just absolutely divine in this. This is beautiful. And I find it cozy. Go ahead, Brie. Go ahead. What else do you like about this anime?
Man. Yeah, the nostalgia feel of the art style and how you can feel that every person who worked on this had so much love for the original. Because even the anime itself keeps throwing flashbacks saying, like, just so y'all know, FYI, this was made in the 80s. We know this is 2026. Or certain things that the main character does, the anime has to pause for a little and say, like, just record, this is super illegal now. But back in the 80s, it was on.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is cooking. So the food looks excellent. There's so much love that went into the animation and the cooking and the style.
They do not pull a wand dance. they
It's not
they
Von Dancing, just
understand
ruined it.
the most important part of the show, and they
Mm.
fucking concentrate on it.
Yes, so nothing says comfy cozy to me like a nice hot meal. And this is one that you can get like the cheapest microwave fried rice in the world, sit down, sprinkle some soy sauce on top, and it'll feel like a gourmet meal. It will. It will
don't
make
forget
your
the egg.
food taste better.
Now,
You
And
need
the
the
egg, of
egg.
course.
if
You
you
need
do
the
have
egg.
the money, yeah, definitely go out and get you some,
Yeah.
Chinese food.
Yeah, if you do.
If
But
you have
Chinese
the
food has a big
money
head.
and know how to, make Chinese food or go to like a proper location that has the best of the best, then yeah, do that. But
Chinese food is so expensive right now. I remember used to get chicken wings,
really,
fried rice for $5. Now it's like 11 for chicken wings, and the chicken wings are mass small. I'm like, yo, what kind of chicken? Are you starving your chicken before you give them to me? But anyway, yeah. So it's just if you can't cook at home, ladies and gentlemen, cook at home, have fun, cook at home, get you some. Oh, don't forget, get some boiled eggs, dip it in the
be
marinade
careful. There's a lot of
overnight.
recalls right now.
There's some
Oh,
recalls
with
on
the eggs?
Yeah.
Ah, damn, we can't eat lettuce. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, watch this show. It's a good show. I don't know what you're going to eat it with, but it's a good show. It's a cozy.
You're gonna be
It's
a
a
little
cozy
hungry. Like,
show. You might be starving by the end of this episode. I'll tell you that much, because
all right,
yeah.
well, if we're sticking to hungry shows, there is a isekai about food as well. What's it fully called? The full title is The Forsaken Saintess and Her Foodie Road Trip in Another World. Honestly, I've just been calling it RV cooking. Isekai, like, basically. She has an RV, all her utensils on it and whatever in her fridge when she got isekai, which she had fully stocked. So she has all her soy sauce, a few different meats,
like her.
all her seasonings.
She's
So she's
smart.
good.
I like her.
Exactly.
I like that.
So
She's smart.
it's one of those where she gets summoned with another person, but they deem that she can't possibly be the actual saint that we summoned. So get out of here. We don't want you around. Yada yada yada. They kept the other young chick and they kicked her out. And then some adventurer party found her, and they're like, "Oh my god, her food is
I hate
amazing.
when they do that.
Never let
I
her
hate when
go.
they do that.
Protect
First of all,
the
I
cook
didn't
at
tell
all
you to
costs."
summon me, but you summoned this bitch and I came along. So now you mad at
Hey.
me. You did the spell wrong,
Hey,
bitch. Why I
Exactly
gotta
right.
come? And then come to find out I'm living my best life over here because you can't send me back until the bitch is finished.
Nope.
And now you want to fuck
But-
with me. Oh, you can make
Yeah.
this? Let me get a piece.
Yeah.
No, bitch.
Turns out you're the actual person we wanted. Oh no, we fucked
yeah,
up.
it was you all
Too late,
along.
bitch. I'm
Yo.
out here cooking with my new friends,
Oh
and
my
her
gosh.
new friends protect her at all costs. They're like, "Wait, what? We could eat this monster that we about to kill? We can
Bad.
eat that? Yeah,
Bad.
we gonna kill it. All right,
Bad.
cook this up for us. Oh, you got
you kick me
vegetables?
out?
Vegetables gonna suck. Yeah, but have you had vegetables doused in butter? No?
Butter makes
You
me
haven't had
hungry.
vegetables right. Now eat your veggies. That's good. Yeah,
Everything is good in butter.
That's the show. It's just her driving around. They go kill monsters, and then she cooks the monster, and she has a survival skill that tells her if the monster is edible. That's it.
Okay, there we go. I like that. Okay. Woo. They go my last again on my pants. You already know that. Sad. All right. Do we have another show that we
You
are?
got prep for winter. You gotta get an extra 10 pounds just so you can stay warm.
Got to keep the
I would say
coziness
one
coming,
more for
right?
me. This will be my last one.
Uh-huh.
Street Fighter the anime. And by that, I mean young ladies don't play fighting games. It just brings you right back to the days in your youth when you start playing something or start doing something at night, and then you look out the window and say, "Why is the sun up?" What you mean we got class in 8 minutes? Just gaming all night with your friends
My
and
lab
getting
report's not
serious
done.
about it. And if you haven't known, this anime, young ladies don't play fighting games, got an official license from Street Fighter, the game. So they have actual Street Fighter game footage in the anime every time these girls are playing.
It was nice.
It is nice.
Change
Animation's
a few
nice
words
too.
from because the manga, I believe, was talking about a game that they made up called Senpai Fighter. So, It's
But we
very
don't know
funny
what
to
it
just
is.
see them actually use the official name for like characters. Like, oh yeah, this is a Cammy main. Like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
I'm having a great
That's
time.
not what the manga said, but all right, I understand you got your deal. You know, and they weirdly
You,
also got like a license for Guilty Gear a little, so that they could show some of
mm.
that footage for one of their tournament arcs, and that's
Listen, this
fun.
is money used in the right way. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it. You know
Yeah,
what's
but
the
it
best
also made
part?
me very mad at Protocol Rain, another esports show where they just decided to phone in the gaming.
Mm.
But that's it.
Well,
Just wanted to shit on Protocol Rain a little.
a light spoiler. On the first episode, what I love about this show is when she catches when one of the main protagonists catches the other girl playing the video game, and she's like, "Oh, okay," and she runs out, and she's like, "Hold on, bitch, you're a gamer too." And
Yeah, I
she's like,
got
"I don't
you.
know what you're talking
You
about." So
said
what are
the
you talking
right
about?
word.
You didn't see what game I was playing unless you looked at an angle and you knew the name of the game. And you even knew the character's name I was playing. Bitch, you a hardcore gamer. And I want to fuck
Vocabulary.
you up. Let's go. Let's go. And she's like, no, I want to be a lady. Fuck that lady,
Nah,
bitch. Let's go.
yo,
Let's
here's some
like
sticks. Let's
nah.
go.
Let's go. And I love how she just transformed to full demon mode. The blonde hair bitch, the princess of the school. The demon mode. She said, fuck you, bitch. I got you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Like she's doing
Look,
all her
it's,
specials and she's just spitting and just going in. And then after that, she's like,
yeah. So
I
if
love
you
it. I
watch,
love it.
if you watch like from a few seasons ago, Rock is a Lady's Modesty. It's that, but fighting games. That's it. That's the show, and it's so good.
It's still comfy. I think it's still comfy. I put it in the comfy category.
I'm a gamer, so I'm not good at fighting games. I'm gonna be very honest right now. I'm trash at them. Haven't been good since like Mortal Kombat like 1.
But I love that you don't need to like or even know fighting games to watch this.
No, you just
I
want to
think
see
I played
girls be
Street Fighter
themselves.
once. Doesn't matter. I'm a button master. I can still appreciate the passion that they play this with.
Yeah. I mean, I like what the story's hitting on. It's just two girls who, even though the school doesn't want them to be their true selves, they're able to find a way to do what they like and enjoy what they love and hide it from everybody else. And the way them bitches just ran out the window, they just said, let's go. It just she's like, wait, hold on, you got a piece of glass, right? But I'm just saying, be who you are, regardless if you're not allowed to. Find a way, ladies and gentlemen, because I guarantee you get to feel cozy at the end of the day, knowing that you got to do what you wanted to do, and you didn't hurt anybody while doing it. There it is. I like that. They was like, yo, let's go. Let's play this video game. Hold on. The janitor's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that shit was when they just was like, let's just go through the glass.
Like, we not getting expelled today. We out.
Yo, it's like they just knew we got to go through the glass. Me, I was second guess because it's glass. I'm like, shit, I don't know. They might just have to kick me out. They said, fuck no. They just went through the glass and they ran until they were into another dorm. That is crazy. Like, and she's just walking off like, miss, you got blood draining into your eye, like just streaking down. And you're like, yeah, I see you tomorrow.
Yeah, they
like,
can't
no,
go to the nurse's office. That's how they get caught. You got to treat that at home.
That's crazy. And still, you left your fucking ribbon, like your hair ribbon on the chair. It still got caught. Nah, if I'm jumping through the glass, everything covered with me. Nobody going, I didn't just jump through the glass for you to find me the next day. That's not happening. I can't do that. That's terrible. But yeah, do we have another one?
My last one will just be like a season 3, and that's 100 Girlfriends. Enjoy the Harem King that is Rentaro. He continues to be great. He continues to have more girlfriends. They decide to just hit some ropes and then remind the degenerates how you question. Yeah, they have a whole day with. Nah, I'm not spoiling. They just they have a whole thing where they're like, hey, are we really gonna go see? And they remind us the very next episode, fuck you, you've been with us this whole time, you've watched multiple crimes, keep going.
Right, don't go clutching your pearls now.
Exactly.
Clutching your pearls.
So it fully called out
it's
everyone
clutching.
who watches. Like, yeah, no, we're not crossing any lines that we haven't already crossed. Stop it. You're going to sit here and you know you're going to like
enjoy
it.
season 1 and 2. You're going to continue to enjoy season 3. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think with that, we're at time.
All right.
Oh, shit,
So
we're at time.
we are, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Black Ramen Podcast. Thank you. If you see me, I'm going to be at Anime NYC next weekend. So definitely, well, hopefully this is out by the time I'm there. So yeah, don't forget, we're going to be at Anime NYC. If you say hi, you get some cool stickers and some buttons from us. Bree and Derby will not be there, but they will be there in spirit. Definitely say hi. We'll take pictures. If you're a listener, I would love to see you. If you wear our merch at Anime NYC, bomb. I want to see it. I want to see it. So we would appreciate that if you come up and say hi to us and show us the merch and let us know that you are an avid listener and a supporter. We want to say hi to all supporters. And if you want to know where you can get a Black Ramen shirt, definitely go to our Instagram, which is Black Ramen Podcast, right on the link tree. Hit it right there underneath the logo. That has our merch and a beautiful anime trivia book that you could take for yourself. Hurry up and buy before AI takes it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, tune in to Black Ramen Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on all platforms, Black Ramen Podcast on everything. And with that being said, can't wait to see you guys at Anime NYC. Peace.